where Jesus is aware of how some are being blinded by the light, he uses more parabolic teaching, verses 11 and 12. For this is also in line with his value judgments elsewhere. Go back to the Sermon on the Mount again. In chapter 7, verse 6, we're told not to cast our pearls before swine. It's not that we become deceptive. It's not that we hide truths from certain people just because we know they're not going to like them. But we begin to recognize that if you cast certain truths out there with some people, all you're going to get is an almighty hoo-ha and dismissive condemnation. There may be subtler ways of getting at people rather than putting all your pearls out all at once before swine. And indeed, this is true in many parts of the world where you're only a whisker from violent opposition, from formal coercion and persecution. In the Muslim world, for example, where Christians are bold enough to bear witness in those parts of the Muslim world where there is still a lot of open antagonism, where they are bold enough to bear witness, they learn how to sidle up to things and see if there's any openness at all, and an attempt to bear witness quietly to see if they can start talking about Isa, because they learn not to cast their pearls before swine. They do know that a certain kind of open preaching just blinds people in ferocious hatred. And so one of the reasons why Jesus talks in parables that are somewhat enigmatic is precisely because of the people who are so diametrically hardened to clear teaching of the truth. In mercy, he speaks more elliptically. It still condemns, it still blinds. But nevertheless, what Jesus is saying in these opening verses of this paragraph is, he tells parables because in line with Scripture, his message blinds, deafens, and hardens.